Next is my buddy here, Tariq, who started Netvibes. And it's funny because, you know, I guess geeks, we become friends because we hang out, we like each other, but also using each other's products, right? And when Tariq showed Netvibes to me, I got hooked from day one, and I've been using Netvibes for way over a year now. How many people know about Netvibes here? Okay, so you have a good following, and now Tariq will introduce Netvibes to you. But what I'd like to say is that there's somebody here in the audience, or should you say that?
Yeah.
Okay, you say that. You say that. Yeah.
So the challenge is let Martin speak.
Yeah, I'll do the sign and you can tell it. You know, I just keep it for a bit later. So hello everybody, and thanks for inviting us. You know, it's always a pleasure to be here. There's an interesting thing what Marco said. It's most of the time you do companies to solve problems. And as many of you guys here, I believe you've been using the internet for so long, very often. And instead of simplifying your life, it's getting more complicated. I mean, so many social networks, so many different services, so many things. There's actually even someone in San Francisco is now paying someone full-time to organize his online social life. So adding the people to the right network, etc. And what is very interesting is when I heard about the blogs, and I've been online in the 80s, I was already hooked on the internet, but it was only text-based. But when the web came out, everybody said, this is going to change the world. But if you see the reality of the internet now, there's a lot of myth behind this. The first thing we said is that the internet is going to save you time. It's going to save you lots of time and efforts. But basically, the more you use the internet, the more you use the internet, the more you use the internet. And then when you look at free time, it's actually very difficult. The second thing is we say you have access to everything. But most of the day, what you do is you struggle on Google trying to refine the request to find the right page. You know that one of the pages is the one you want. But you start with one keyword, you got millions of results, then two keywords, you got thousands of hundreds of thousands, and then three, and eventually you find it. And the third thing I think was very interesting is after what we call the bubble, I mean the year 2000, when everybody said the internet is dead, we should go back to banking and so on. Everybody said there's the big players, eBay, Google, Yahoo. They are doing the future of the internet, and they're creating what's going on. And basically, if you look around, nothing really happened. Nothing ever happened. You know, Skype has been doing VoIP. Everybody, all the telcos said, this is not going to work. Flickr appeared. Flickr was acquired by Yahoo, and the very interesting thing is, it took them, instead of, you know, putting this in the front page, say, this is the coolest thing we just got, let's share it with all the users, they created their own stuff. And basically the problem is they make so much money with the start page, they don't want to change anything. So Google is about search and keyword, and Yahoo is about advertising. So basically the idea of Netvibes came very easily to me. I was browsing so many blogs. I think about 1,000 feeds on my blog line. I don't know if someone has more, because I had a gadget blog and I needed to know news. And one day I said, I can't do that anymore. So what about putting everything I care in one page? So putting my emails, putting my blogs, my podcasts, and make it so easy that every day I switch on my computer and then I have a briefing of my online life. And what about putting my social networks, putting my photos on Flickr, putting keywords on specific things that I need? Because I don't need to go over all the gadget blog. If I'm looking something about my company, about a specific person, I just put a keyword and I update the feed. And we started like that, and the interesting thing is that for some reason the URL, Netvibes is a URL I had for a long time, leaked on the internet, and it got on Delicious, and the first day it got popular, and 15,000 people showed up the first day. So the second day I had a pretty big choice. What do I do? And I decided to run to my server and replace the little server I had to run the prototype and get a new one and put it in and say we're in business. But the most incredible thing about Netvibes, it became global. From day one, I received email from Mark Andreessen, who is the founder of Netscape, who's now an investor. Then Pierre Chapaz, who was the founder of Calculator. I met Martin in a conference organized by Loic. And then I showed it to him, and he said, how is it working? And we said, well, it's just working with users are saying, I love this product, it's so cool, can I do that? And I said, sure, we're going to do it. And then people said, I want to do the translation, and Damian, who is here, he actually we met online, and he did the translation and the feeds for Spain, because I don't know what are the best RSS feeds for Spain. I don't know what is the best service in Yugoslavia, and I don't know what's going on in Russia. But the thing is, our community started to work with us. And the real interesting part of Netvibes is it grows by the community. It's made for the user. Imagine that we don't respect the basic marketing rules. We have no logo. You go to the page, it's a no logo company. The first thing we said is, if I come to my page, it has to be my page. It's like owning vs renting. When you're on Google and Yahoo, you have the logo every day. Remember you, I own your data. Here it's about, it's your place, it's for you, you organize it the way you want. And the second thing we believed is that I don't believe in computerized personalization. It means that I don't believe that a computer should calculate my online life and say, this is what you need. And this is what mostly Google is about. What I believe is we have friends, and friends send us things, they go to trips, they are on social network, they discover things. And our digital life is about the collaboration between friends. And when we believe that personalization makes us refine our life, if we connect that with all our friends, the blogs, I read the blogs of my friend, I read Martin's blog. Now I know that I can check my email, read Martin's blog, listen to his video podcast on the same page, and do basically what I decided to do and have no imposition. And the thing is that the company has been growing like crazy. We have now 10 million users all over the world. And the funny thing is, because of the localization, because of the users, because of the fact that we said, the more you give away, the more you get back from the community. In every country in the world now, even in Kenya, South Africa, anywhere in the world, we have Netvibes users who translated the service, helped us, and evangelists are going away. And as you said, Web 2.0 is about spending nothing on marketing. And I believe that the first thing is you have to convince your friend to use the service, then they convince their friends, then they convince other people, and the more you make the first product very nice for the first set of users, they will be evangelists. This is exactly what happened with Doppler. I just received an invitation. I love that. There's a friend who's doing it. So now I want to share it to all the friends. And the way the values of the Web 2.0 are very interesting, because Web 1.0 was about connecting computers, and Web 2.0 is really about connecting people. We all use these services, but at the end of the day, it's about meeting each other and do things on the real life. And basically, Netvibes is about aggregating all this in one page. Thank you.
Thank you.